Let's drive and talk. Today's video is going to be a little different. Let me start out by saying that at first I was very hesitant to make a video like this for a number of reasons, but I gave it some thought, I gave it some time, and I decided that I wanted to sort of offer my thoughts. It's one of the reasons I started this channel, so that I could offer some insights and thoughts and opinions on the car world, the motorcycle world, and things like that. It was a couple weeks ago by now, but a fellow motorcyclist and fellow YouTuber lost their life while out on a ride. Apparently, they were going pretty fast and they lost control in a turn and ultimately lost their life. It's a very sad story, super tragic. Now, there are people saying that she was riding beyond her skill level, going too fast, treating the public roads like a racetrack. I'm not going to get into those details. There are police reports and witnesses that get into those details. But what I do want to do is take a step back and look at the situation objectively. Don't ride beyond your skill. Be aware of what your skills are and what your limitations are. Because if you keep those in the forefront of your mind, you'll keep a margin between you and the threshold of losing control. And as a rider, being aware and not surpassing your limits is paramount and critical, absolutely critical when it comes to riding and riding safely and successfully. Know the limits of your environment. You might be the most expert rider in the entire world, all sorts of training and classes or what have you, track time, whatever, seat time, logged hours, whatever. But you can't take that set of skills and apply it with 100% success to public roads. Public roads are way too full of variables, elements you can't control, everything from bad road conditions to gravel to oil slicks to animals to people to construction to blind turns. There's just an endless number of reasons why you need to know what the limitations are of your environment. Don't treat public roads like a racetrack. It's dangerous to you, it's dangerous to others, and at some point, some way, some shape or form, it will eventually come back and bite you. The faster you go, the harder you turn, the higher and higher the stakes get. And when stakes are that high, even the most minute miscalculation or mistake can cost you everything. And it can happen in a split second. Whether you skydive, base jump, climb trees, escape artist, skiing, skating, whatever it might be, everything comes with a certain amount of risk. But with that risk, you get a certain amount of reward. And I think all too often, that reward gets translated into basically a craving for adrenaline. You get a rush, you get a high, then the high goes down, and then you find yourself wanting to get that high again. It's like any kind of addiction, any kind of drug. The more you do it, the more that threshold increases, and the more you need for the next time to get the same amount of high. And so whether they were going too fast, riding with more passion than skill, riding beyond their limits, treating public roads like a racetrack, whatever it was, ultimately led to that person losing their life. And of course, it could have just been a split-second mistake, and that's the problem, is the faster you go, the more those stakes increase, and the more deadly a simple split-second mistake can be. I'm not saying any of these things to take away from how tragic the situation is. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. It makes me so sad. What's especially weird about it for me is that I had just come across her channel not that long ago. It is a very bizarre experience to find someone on YouTube, come across their channel, see some of their videos, and then all of a sudden you've heard that they have passed away. It's very bizarre. When a rider passes away under these conditions, it does act as a sobering, tragic reminder about what we as riders need to remember and pay attention to when riding, especially if you're gonna start pushing the limits. And so the message that I want to deliver to riders and potential future riders is know your own limits, know the limits of your surroundings, don't treat public spaces like private racetracks, don't get addicted to adrenaline. So with all that said, drivers drive safe, riders ride safe, and other than that, I'll see you next time.